Hey, yo, okay. It's Saturday the 13th. Sorry about the light. I don't know. Things get cold. The ballast quit working. I don't know. The light went out. I took the bulbs out and they seem to be okay, but poor lighting. So there's the tank we had on it in the Daytona video, right? Where the last time we were down there, 2013, we had the little carb. It was an unlimited race. It was only 30 minutes long. And we had more than enough gas. We had more than enough gas with the small carb with this to go 30 minutes. I'm going to guess and say this is about 3.5 gallons, but probably about what we had equal with those Margay tanks, the plastic tanks over there. I'll bring it over just for comparison. I don't know, you can eyeball it up yourself. But I pulled it out for a couple different reasons. I can't fill it with water or liquid because it's cracked. The whole bottom of this thing is cracked up pretty good. That's why we quit using it. The whole bottom is got big cracks in it, and this tank is super heavy, super duper heavy. This is a tank that came on a cart. We got it from Scotty. I cut it down. I cut it down the middle and took, I think, 3 inches out of the middle of it. It was super wide, and I took, I think, 2 or 3 inches out off the bottom, cut the bottom off, and then had it re-welded on. This was a gigantic fuel tank. Scott needed it I think, for weight because he was just a slight little guy. But I couldn't, with that big tank on there. I mean, it was huge. It was this big, here to there, this high, big, huge tank. I couldn't fit between the tank and my motor when I got the cart from him. So we ended up putting a little tiny prefab tank. I think it might even have been an Emic tank. It was almost square. You see how this is a rectangle? It was almost square. It was real short. And that thing only held about maybe 2.5 to 3 gallons. And the first time we ran the cart with that little tiny tank on, I didn't think we were going to make it. Actually, I told the guys we're going to make a pit stop. And I got to racing with Scott. Was all excited about being able to run with Scott and race with him. I forgot to stop for gas. And I ended up winning that race by this much after 45 minutes. And there was no fuel left in the tank. Zero. There was nothing for them to test. So I had to drain the float bowl so they'd have something that they could test. But that tank was smaller than this one. So this ran 30 minutes on the little carb at Daytona without a problem. I'm sure I topped it off. I'll guarantee you I topped it off. So this one is a little bigger, a little bit more volume. Granted that it's not square on the bottom, right? But so if we flipped it over this way, this would probably give us a better idea. It's marginally bigger. It's wider, first of all. Quite a bit wider. Come on, Robert. Quite a bit wider. I need a cameraman. It's quite a bit wider. It's a good inch and a quarter wider, and we're still a bit bigger on the end. That's got to be with the width and that extra length. I'm gonna guess that's got to be almost a gallon, if not a full gallon, and a full inch on the whole width and height of this thing, plus the bottom, easily another gallon. So we're gonna go ahead and pop a hole in this thing. We'll put a hole in it and start stuffing the garbage trash bag in there, a heavy-duty trash bag if we can. We may have to cut a great big hole in it just to get it all in there. And we'll start dumping water. I brought some water over from the trailer. It's just tap water anyway. We'll go in and top off. This one's empty, and this one's, as you can see, is down a little bit, but the other two are full. So we'll get 4 full gallons. And we'll start pouring it in, and I'll show you the whole process. Rich polished up the wheels for the Yama dog cart so we can mount those tires today. I brought over the good set of wheels and tires. We're going to take these off, and we're just going to balance up the good wide wheels and tires. These would be okay to test at Grattan or run at Grattan or Gingerman, but the run out in these things are pretty bad because we welded them together ourselves. They just, not for Daytona. So we'll take these off. We're not even, you know, we'll bring them in for an emergency, but we'll run those and these here for practice day. And we have a whole new set, all 4 new tires that are coming. And if we don't get another set of wheels in a couple of weeks, which I doubt, we're going to be breaking down 4 wheels and tires, mounting wheels and tires, and then balancing fronts, hubs, and rotors at the hotel. Between practice day, probably practice day evening, and race day, because they don't give you enough time to stay over and work on anything. So that's it. We'll bring you back in a little bit. This is just a little update comparing the tanks and the sizes of everything. You take a look at what we got there. That's, you know, 3.5 gallons. And although there's a big void in the middle, it's a little bit taller. It's a little wider up in the middle, so I think it all kind of equalizes. But here you go. This is what we need. I'm pretty sure this is going to do it. I'm pretty confident that that's going to be a 4-gallon tank. So we'll bring you back in a little bit. What do you think? Huh? 4 gallons? We'll find out. Hang in there, folks.